Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot. To shtfplan.com we go. They say secret code is recording every keystroke. Sorry? You make on more than 400 of the most popular websites on the internet. That's right. If you have your browser window open to one of these 400 sites, they are recording every single keystroke you make. This has unbelievable security issues associated with it, considering the fact that some of what we considered in the past to be some of the most secure people and sites and corporations and companies and whatnot end up being the ones that are getting the biggest hacks, like, for example, Yahoo and their email hack, or Equifax and their giant hack of personal information. So why do you think these companies would go to this end and expose themselves to such risk? Well, I'll tell you why. Money, 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 money. A lot of money. An obscene amount of money. That's why. Because every keystroke that you make is data, and that data is gold to these people and these sites that have chosen to take the risk of exposing themselves to major security breaches or future security breaches, because the money is just so good when it comes to the data they collect and they sell. Now, over at SHTF Plan, we mirrored a piece by Michael Snyder over at the economicscollapseblog.com. It says, if somebody secretly installed software on your computer that recorded every single keystroke that you made, would you be alarmed? Of course you would be. And that's essentially what's taking place on more than 400 of the most popular websites on the entire planet. It says for a long time, we've known that nothing that we do on the internet is private. But this new revelation is deeply, deeply disturbing. Now, Michael, a couple years back, wrote a book called The Beginning of the End. You can buy it over on Amazon. I highly recommend it. It's a wonderful story. And in it, he attempted to portray the Big Brother surveillance grid, which is constantly evolving all around us. But, you know, just like George Orwell or Aldous Huxley, you know, these people that try to write about this stuff and predict the future. Even Michael Snyder, he didn't know that things were really this bad and this advanced. I don't think Orwell had any idea. And I certainly think even though Huxley was plugged in on the elite side of things, he still didn't have an idea or a gauge of exactly what was going on and how deep things were. It says, according to this article published by Ars Technica, when you visit these websites that have installed this secret surveillance code, it's like somebody is literally looking over your shoulder. Listen to this. Quote, if you have the uncomfortable sense somebody's looking over your shoulder as you surf the web, you're not being paranoid. It says a new study finds hundreds of sites, including Microsoft.com, Adobe.com, and GoDaddy.com, employs scripts that record visitors' keystrokes, mouse movements, and scrolling behaviors in real time, even before the input is submitted or later deleted. So, do you guys understand what that means? Because what that means is, even if you ultimately decide not to post something, let's just say that, you know, you're on your WordPress and you're doing an article for your website, or perhaps even a blog post, if you will, and you decide that you don't want it out there in cyberspace. Well, it doesn't matter, because your keystrokes are enough to put it out there. You don't have to hit the submit, because GoDaddy has already collected it. Adobe has already collected it. Microsoft has already collected it. In a blog post revealing the findings, Stephen Engelhardt, a PhD candidate at Princeton University, said this, quote, Unlike typical analytics services that provide aggregate statistics, these scripts are intended for the recording and playback of individual browsing sessions as if someone is looking over your shoulder. Unbelievable. A study published last week says that the collection of page content by third-party replay scripts may cause sensitive information such as medical conditions, credit card details, and other personal information displayed on a page to leak to third parties as a part of the recording. This may expose users to identity theft, online scams, and other unwanted behavior. The same is true for the collection of user inputs during checkout and registration processes. Now, what we really should be calling for is these websites to stop doing what they're doing, because it's a gross violation of your privacy. It exposes you to unwarranted security risk that you didn't consent to at all. And, I mean, it has to stop. And, of course, it isn't just the internet where privacy rights are being greatly infringed. The CIA's developed software that can remotely turn on the cameras and microphones on our phones whenever they want, which is, of course, exactly why they changed the battery design on these things. First, it went from, you can just take out the battery, to then we put a flexible cable onto it that then ties down using a tiny Torx head, like a T5, which you have to special order to get, right? And then they just install the battery as part of the phone, and now you can't get to it. It was a phased approach to boiling frogs, get people used to not being able to remove their batteries. Exactly so, these entities, these clandestine organizations, and these, federal police entities can go ahead and turn the microphone on whenever they want. And also, they can use our phone's GPS locators to track us wherever they go. See, this is why I've said you don't necessarily need a chip to implement the beast system, if you will, because people carry their phones everywhere. And you don't need 100% compliance. You don't. I mean, even Huxley saw that this was coming, and that you're always going to have those people that don't participate, that don't consent, and they just live out in the wilderness out there worshiping their Model T, and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy. This is Brave New World coming full circle, although not quite as the BBC envisioned it in the low-buck, B-rated version of Brave New World. I highly suggest it just for its entertainment value, especially for the rotary dial birth control belts. That, my friends, that's cutting-edge technology back in 1979. Michael concludes, he says, we're rapidly getting to the point where nothing will ever be truly private in our society ever again. Virtually everything that we do is constantly being watched, it's being tracked, it's being monitored, it's being recorded. And with each passing day, my friends, our level of privacy is being eroded just a little bit more. Boiling frogs and the water's boiling. So if you don't want your children to grow up in a world where Big Brother is omnipresent, I think that's too late, Michael. It's just my humble opinion. Michael, by the way, is running for Congress in the state of Missouri. If you live in the state of Missouri, I highly recommend you check out his websites, you check out his platform, find out what he's about, see if he's a good fit for you. If he's a good fit for you and you vote, then get out the vote. If not, and you don't vote, and you want to support somebody that is trying to get a good message out and to be a voice, a consistent voice in Congress, then donate to the man's cause. Because that's the only way you're going to beat out these big corporations and these fat cats in state and federal government is by backing people. And the same thing goes for independent media and the censorship that's going on. This is no different. In these elections, it's basically censorship. The will of the people doesn't happen. You just get what they want to give you, and then you get to pick. And even sometimes that's corrupted. And it just keeps going on and on. Let's break the cycle. And the only way to do it, support independent media. Donate to these websites. Donate to the Daily Sheeple. Donate to InfoWars. Donate to the Blacklisted News. Donate to any of your favorite independent media sites, and let's keep this going. Let's overcome the censorship by promoting these your favorite independent media sites, whichever ones they are. Tell your friends about it. Share the articles on social media, and just get it out there. Let's not worry about Google ads. Let's take the power away from the fat cats and the powers that shouldn't be. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Thank you once again for your support. Visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. And remember, folks, #WakeTheFlock Up. Have a great day.